to you aspiring writers out there. I was homeless, I was broke, lover gave me HIV, I was down and out, but I did not give up with my writing. Keep God first and your dreams will come true.
WTV.
Welcome to 3LWTV. I'm Lionel Williams, opening today from Hong Kong, China. This particular episode of 3LWTV is dedicated to some of the literary talent out there that I've had the pleasure of meeting.
Love, taking me into another plane, making me a better man, I'll never be the same. Trust in you with the keys, cause I believe in love I never had until you came in. I don't ever wanna go without.
The passing of Lynn Harris was devastating to our community. But one of the things with his legacy is it will live on forever, and he has actually encouraged and supported many other authors, some of which you will meet on this particular episode.
My Eyes Are Green is not your typical romance novel. It's a romance novel that's dealing with two African American characters that are coming of age in the inner city, and they deal with a lot of issues that we're dealing with today, like sexuality, self-esteem, and sexual exploration.
The King of Erotica educates and stimulates. The purpose of these books is sexual in nature, very blunt, but the message I'm preaching about is HIV awareness.
It's a lesbian story of love and betrayal between two main characters named Jesse and Sadira. This one is the sequel, Tainted Destiny. That one, even though it's some characters coming back, it's more about obsessive love and obsession in a lesbian relationship. And my latest one that just came out in June, it's brand new. It's about a closeted politician running for local office in a fictional city in South Jersey. The very first one in this series, Intimate Chaos, was inspired by real life events, and the characters just took on a life of their own after that.
Tell me a little bit about the book. Ready to Mail is my first book. It's a collection of letters, autobiographical fiction. Each letter is a combination of short story and memoir. So take you on a journey from love, being bitter, finding a new love, dealing with some of reconciliations between family members and things of that nature. And it's really a fun, a humorous, and a really introspective look at who we are as gay men.
Reading is fundamental, children, so check him out, Lamar Ariel.
The King of Erotica 4 ties together all the lies, mishaps, sex in the church, abuse within the family, spreading the HIV, the syphilis, the gonorrhea, all in one explosive ending. Because as you know, each book is a continuation of the first, with the exception of the third. That's brand new stories to hold you over to this one.
My first novel I wrote to break the stereotypes about black gay men. So it focuses more on the camaraderie, the brotherhood, break the stereotypes about gay men and straight men, showing that straight men and gay men can't exist. You know, so all those stereotypes I wanted to knock out the window, and I figured what better way to do than to put it into a story.
There's a 3-part series. That's the second book. This is the third book of the first book. How it generated was I had to learn how to confront a lot of behaviors that I had when I was young, as a young athlete, suffering from addiction, sexual addiction, drug addiction.
So you had time in the locker room?
Well, I had some time in the locker room and in the prison cell, right?
Oh, okay.
I ended up having served 6.5 years in the state penitentiary for robbing 6 banks in the city of Houston.
Did that come from the state penitentiary too? Do you have any more? Did that come from the state pen?
What? Oh no, that comes from track and field.
Oh,
That
don't come from track. That don't come from track.
You got the list.
You robbed 6 banks?
Yeah,
Oh, a slim chick like this comes from track.
Did you get paid?
That don't come from track.
Huh?
Did you get paid first?
Well,
That's not important.
there you go, because we're
It's
not
not
talking.
important.
It's not about the bank robbery, but it was about my behavior, and my behavior was sick.
with all of the success that you've had, why is it still important that you come to gay bookstores and gay venues?
Because this is where my support started. You know, I hadn't been to one of these events in a couple of years, but you're right. It is very important that I let the gay audience know how important they are. They supported me from the very beginning, and I've never forgotten it.
Lynn Harris picked all 3 of the books for his cafe. That's why book 4 came out the day he died. So I was devastated, so I put it on hold. I did a tribute to him. I wrote him a poem, Lynn the Greatest, rest in peace, because he made my dreams come true.
So I remember very vividly the very first time I met Elin. This was the summer of 1994. And Invisible Life and Just As I Am had just been, well, Just As I Am had just been released, along with the reissue of Invisible Life. And I waited in line with the other, maybe like 100 people, and I introduced myself. And I said, well, you know, I have a book coming out in November, and I would be so thrilled and honored if you would read it, and if you like it, give me a jacket blurb. And of course I came prepared. I had the galley with me. I handed him the galley, and his eyes bugged when he saw the title and the subtitle. He said, of course I will. Not thinking I would hear from him for at least a week or so, because he said he would read it right away, but the brother was on tour promoting 2 books, so I didn't expect to hear from him right away. He called me back in maybe 3 days. And his comment, which just rings through my head still, was, I said, well, what did you think? And he said, James Earl, I could never write anything like this, but I'm so glad that you did. I think no one else like him knew that it was so important that we tell our stories.
Taking me into another plane, making me a better man. I'll never be.
So support the authors, read. I want to thank you all for your support, for tuning in and watching the videos, leaving me your feedback. I love and appreciate you. Always, always stand in your light.
Sunshine after rain, rainbows will be mine after rain. There will be white days, black days, but these days are colors of you. My sunshine after rain, rainbows will be mine after rain. There will be white days, black days, but these days are colors of me. There doesn't have to be gray sky, and I don't have to tell white lies. Green eyes are only gonna watch me. Real WTV.